Hi, my name is Darren and I'm a developer on the products team. Today we're going to look at how you can include feature attachment images in a report. To include feature attachments in earlier versions of Geocortex Reporting, you had to be using an on-premises edition and configure a script. Now, we've added two controls that simplify the display of feature attachment images. Furthermore, the controls can be used in both the on-premises and software as a service editions of Geocortex Reporting. Let's take a look. We'll start by looking at the single feature attachment control. This control allows you to display individual feature attachment images in a report. Here I have a very simple report that uses a feature layer as its data source. I'll go ahead and add a label to my report. Just call that image 1 for now. And then I'll go ahead and drag a single feature attachment control onto my design surface. With that control selected, I'll come over here to the right and take a look at the properties. First, we'll look at the image quality. If the image that you want to include is very high resolution, this can result in your report size being very large. So if that's a concern, you can go ahead and decrease the quality of your image, which will result in the size of your PDF being smaller. The second property to be aware of is this image number property. And to describe this, I'll go ahead and go over to my feature service. Here I'm looking at the attachment information for a specific feature in my feature service. Here you can see that I have 4 images attached to this feature, and I've gone ahead and just labeled them 1, 2, 3, 4, and also added the number to the image itself just to help us visualize things when we run the report. So keeping in mind feature or images 1, 2, 3, 4, I'll come back to my report, and the order of those images corresponds to our image number here. So if I want to show image number 1, I'll go ahead and leave that as a 1 and preview my report. Here we can see that the first image from our attachment infos has been included in the report. If you want, you can add additional feature attachment images to your report. I'll go ahead and just add another label to the design surface here. Just going to call this one image 3. I'm going to add another single feature attachment control to the design surface. This one, give it a low quality and set the image number to number 3. So we'll preview this again, and we'll see that we now have feature attachment number 1 and feature attachment number 3 in our report. Next, we'll take a look at the multiple feature attachment control. This control allows you to display one or more feature attachment images in a grid-like manner. So here's my original simple report. I'll go ahead and add a label, just call that images, and then I'll go ahead and drag a multiple feature attachments control onto the design surface. With the control selected, again, I'll come over here and look at the properties. We see image quality, which we discussed briefly earlier. I'll just go ahead and set this to medium. We also have this max attachment properties, which indicates the maximum number of attachments that will be displayed in the grid-like fashion. And then the columns property, which indicates the number of images that will be displayed horizontally in our grid. So I'll leave both of those at 1, and we'll just preview the report quickly here. And we'll see that our very first image is inserted into the report here. So to demonstrate the max attachments property, I'll increase this to 3. And this control has the ability to grow in a vertical direction. So as you increase the number of attachments, the control will expand and push controls below it downwards. So to demonstrate that, I'll just throw another text box into here, leave that labeled as such, and preview the report. Here we should see that we have 3 images stacked vertically, and our label has been pushed down to the bottom. Just Just remove that. Finally, I'll demonstrate the columns property. I'll just increase that to 2, run the report. And we'll see that it doesn't look great. What's happening is, while the control can grow vertically, it can't grow horizontally. So what's happening is we're fitting 2 images side by side in this space. So to improve that appearance a little bit, what we can do is increase the width of our control just to give those images a little bit more room. Let's try that again. There we go. And there's one final property that you may want to be aware of. That's in the layout section here. You have the ability to configure horizontal and vertical spacing between images. So I'm just going to go ahead and increase the horizontal spacing, decrease the vertical spacing, and run this one final time. Here we'll see that our images are just slightly farther apart and squeezed in a little bit tighter vertically. That's it for today. Thank you for watching.